So Tiago, thanks so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Before we dive into the exciting announcement that's about World App 3, could you just sort of give us a high-level overview? What is World App, and what is that important role that it plays within the World Network?
So World App is a super app for humans. And what that means in practice is it's just one app that brings together the power of all of the network and the protocol in a way that's super simple for use in your day-to-day life, and it's actually useful and surfaces a bunch of useful features.
And refresh my memory, when did we first announce World App?
Yeah, so we first announced World App about 18 months ago last year. Since then, more than 15 million people have joined the app. About 7 million of those have actually gone and verified their World ID with an orb, and people have loved it. We've been blown away by the response. So just as an example, the wallet itself today holds more than $100 million. And since launch, people have performed more than 150 million transactions that come out to more than $1.5 billion in transaction volume.
Wow. Can you talk us through what is World App 3? What's new about it?
We've been working for a while on World App 3, and it's here to take World App to the next level. It's a complete redesign and re-engineered version of the app with two goals in mind. Number one, help reach more people with the World Network. And number two, just make the network even more useful for people in their actual day-to-day lives. When we first launched World App, we wanted to keep things simple, right? There was a few specific things that we thought the World Network was useful for. And we said, hey, let's just keep it super streamlined and have an easy app that anyone can pick up that focuses on that. And then last year, we figured out, hey, there's all these other things you could build with the World Network. And so we released a developer platform that allowed developers to build World ID and other parts of the World Network into their apps wherever they were, on their website or on other apps that you would need to download. And that's been awesome. But what we've heard since then is, on the one hand, users want it to be easier to find those apps that other developers have built, and they want there to be more. And on the other hand, developers want to be able to reach the millions of people that are already on the World Network with these apps that they're building. So we took a step back and we came up with this idea of mini apps. And mini apps are basically third-party apps that can run right inside of World App. And so you have an app that's called the App Store, where you can go and explore all of these different applications. You can see how people have rated them. And then when you find something that is useful for you or that you're interested in, you can simply download it, and it's available for you right there inside of World App alongside everything else that you're doing.
Yeah, I could see how that would be super exciting. What kind of apps are currently available? Like, what are some examples of mini apps that exist today that a World App user could go in and use right away?
For sure. So for example, there is a new app called World Chat, right? It's a chat app that is end-to-end encrypted, built on top of the Signal protocol, so it's super secure. But it has a couple of special features. First, you can find anyone on the World Network and you can text them just by having them on your contacts or by knowing their username. But then when you're texting with someone, with the power of World ID, you can know, hey, am I texting with a real person or with someone who you don't know what it is, right? And so if you're texting with a real human, that's a blue bubble message. If you're texting with someone that's not verified, that's a gray bubble. And then on top of that, the wallet is also integrated into it. And so if you're texting with a friend and it turns out they owe you $10 for dinner yesterday, you can right there on the spot request the money. And just like they could attach a picture, they can now also attach money and just send it to you right on the spot, no matter where you are in the world, for free.
I would like to pivot a little bit to the wallet feature, because I know that the wallet is probably today the most used part of World App. And like you said, 15 million downloads and accounts created on World App. So there's a lot of people that use it. What's new about it? What's new about the wallet and exciting for users?
The new wallet has been rebuilt completely from scratch to run on World Chain. And the reason that's important is because transactions are now somewhere between 80 to 90% faster than they were on World App 2. But we didn't stop there. There's a couple of new things with the wallet that people have been asking for a while, including WorldPay support, new ways to deposit and withdraw to the wallet, and finally, a new type of vault account. So let's talk about each of these three. So first of all, WorldPay just makes it super easy to pay any person, merchant, or app in the world for free in seconds. Very easy. Now, we've also heard that people wanted it to be easier to deposit and withdraw from the app. So we've completely overhauled the system. There's now more ways to deposit with things like credit cards, debit cards, bank accounts, crypto apps, and also coming very soon in some regions, PayPal and Venmo, you will be able to deposit and withdraw from the app. But my personal favorite new feature on the wallet is what we're calling vault accounts. So for some assets, like your digital dollars or your WorldCoin, you will now have two separate accounts for that on your wallet. Your spending account, which is the one that you know and love, and then also a new type of vault account that allows you to set aside money for the future to have it in a safer manner, and then also earn every second along the way while you have it on the vault.
So there's obviously a lot going on with the wallet that's new. There's this new feature of mini apps, but then there's also this new thing called credentials within World App, and I think that that's super fascinating. Could you talk to us about what credentials are?
So credentials is this new system that allows you to optionally connect things like your passport to your World ID, so that you can do things like prove that you're over 18 or that you're a certain nationality to an app without revealing anything about yourself.
Okay, and what about on the community side? So we've run through a lot of the new features of World App, and I know that there's one pillar, community, that gets some special attention and new features in World App 3. Can you talk about things like, usernames and stuff like that?
For sure. From its inception, World App has always been a network. But one of the things that we wanted to do in this release was to make it even easier for you and your friends to find each other on the app so that you can do things together. So we're doing that in two ways. First of all, you can now set a username to your World ID, so that instead of having to share long and complicated wallet addresses to your friends or things like that, you can simply give them a username and they can find you anywhere on the app. Now, of course, it was really important for us that you could preserve your anonymity on the app if you want to do that. And so you can just set your username to something like FluffyBunny123. Your friends can find you and the world still doesn't know who you are. The second thing that we're doing, which builds on top of these new profiles that we're introducing, is a new contacts tab. And that is, like it sounds, it's just a new tab on the app that shows you everyone that you know on the app if you choose to share your contacts, and you can just search for people based on their usernames, their name, and when you find someone that you want to do something with, you can just open their profile, see if they're verified, and just from right then and there, trigger shortcuts for things like send them a message or request money from them.
Yeah, very nice. So it sounds like there is a lot to be excited about for the release of World App 3. Personal question, what is it that excites you the most about this release?
So obviously, in general, the shining feature of World App 3 is mini apps, right? And as we've given a preview to developers, their minds have just been blown away by the type of things you can build with these new primitives. Specifically inside of mini apps, World Chat just has a very special place in my heart. It's not just a cool way to show the power of the network, but it's a product that I've been dreaming for someone to build for a long time, and it can now finally exist thanks to the power of the World Network.
And out. I think we got it. I think we got everything.
Yes,
I didn't go into the